So before we get this video started, I do want to mention that we have finally hit 400,000 subscribers. And just earlier this year, we hit 300,000. I can't even really describe the overwhelming amount of appreciation I feel for every single one of y'all. I go to sleep and wake up thinking about these videos and you guys that support them. It really does mean a lot more than I can actually express, because my goal was never to actually gain this amount of support. But the fact that I have makes me want to shed a little tear, you know what I'm saying? I come from one of the roughest parts and cities in the country and never really saw this in my future, so again, I do want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I truly am grateful. Hopefully I'll see you guys at 500K someday.
Feel like a stone in a well. No one can find me here. Pretending it's not it all end, so I can just stay in here. You know what's even worse? It's me who made you run away for good. You left me alone. No words, goodbyes, just drawn. And you'll be moving on. No scars, no taint, just bones. You left me. I sent you a text by email. Thought I could still try and fake. Still running through photos of us, but hey, I'm just a bad guy now. You know what's even worse? You found yourself another girl. She's good. You left me alone. No words, goodbyes, just drawn. And you'll be moving on. No scars, no taint, just bones. You left me alone.
Hello, hi. How's everybody out there doing today? It is, of course, your boy Volandis, back with another video. And I hope everybody has had an amazing Thanksgiving and getting prepared for the holidays and all the cooking and gifts and just the warm little hugs that you get from the holiday season. And as you can see, I'm very festive today. But anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking about yet again another set of vintage lenses that I've been using over the past couple of weeks and months. And those lenses are the Nikon AI and the AI-S lenses for Nikon cameras. And I already know there's already people in the comments saying if you want to get the film look, then just use film. Now I clearly agree with that. There's no debating that. That's like just an undeniable fact. But as we all know, and the people who watch these videos and the people who make videos themselves know that shooting film and processing film isn't a resource that a lot of people have the luxury of doing. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of knowledge. It takes a lot of things to just go out and shoot film, especially for like YouTube videos or little spec ads or shorts or whatever else anybody may be doing and just want to get that look. So again, I agree, but I do think that sometimes you guys should just, you know, allow people to live their dreams the way they want to live them without being so critical and harsh. So anyway, again, if you know anything about vintage lenses, you know that vintage lenses and lenses that were made specifically for sometimes other things like photography, sometimes those lenses have very creative and unique looks to them. They're usually softer. They usually take away some of that digital edge off of these digital cameras that we shoot with nowadays. And these Nikon lenses that I've been shooting with for quite a while now has been scratching that vintage itch that I've been having this whole time I've been making these videos. So the Nikon AI lenses, which I'm also filming on right now because I like to also film these talking portions on the lenses and the things that I'm talking about, so you can get a broader and just like more, you can really see the entire video of what this lens can do, even if it's in a controlled, just sit down setting like this. But these Nikon lenses are full frame lenses for Nikon F mount, and you can get any adapter. They're so easy. It's so easy to find an adapter online for quite literally any camera for any lens nowadays. So you can attach this lens to quite literally any camera, I'm sure. A good thing about it is that it is a full frame lens, so you literally can put it on any camera, whether that's full frame, micro, 4/3, crop sensor, whatever the camera is. Now, a lot of y'all, this may come as a shock to you, but know that I have my ongoing beef with Nikon, and you know, it's a meme now to be like, Nikon sucks, or Nikon is this and that, and it's potatoes and all that stuff. Everybody know that I'm at the forefront of that movement. But I will say that back in the day, Nikon had it figured out. The lenses and the cameras that Nikon was making back in the day were phenomenal, and I'm sure the reason they have the status of a company that they have now. The Nikon F3, that being one of my favorite Nikon cameras that they no longer produce or make money from, so I have no problem with supporting Nikon F3s and F2s and even F4s. Those are all great cameras, great film cameras, and they all take these lenses, which is really how I found out about using these lenses for video. So over the past couple of months and weeks, I've been using the 24mm, the 85mm, the 50mm, and the 35mm, and those all range from f2.8 to f2, except the 50mm. The 50mm is f1.4, which is insane. I feel like throughout this filmmaking process and throughout a lot of people's filmmaking process, finding the perfect lens and just good lenses for the right situation has been a never-ending journey and just a non-stop search for that lens. And I don't think there's lenses out there that cover everything that you may need for every single project. There might be lenses that can do both and come close to being perfect for both, but in my opinion, there's no lens that's perfect for everything. But these lenses are extremely affordable. I pay no more than $200 for all of the lenses that I have, and they perform just how I expected them to and just how I want them to. So again, I know you guys heard this before, but it goes to show that you don't need very expensive gear to make anything cool or anything look good. The shots that I took of Zach in his studio at sunset are some of my favorite, and this is so simple, like it's nothing spectacular or extra. It's just the sun going down in Zach's studio. There's no extra lights or no extra studio production. It's just my camera and Zach and the light that's provided, and those are some of my favorite shots that I've taken ever in life, not just for this video, just those are some of my favorite looking shots that I've ever taken. So a little history behind the AI lenses. In 1977, Nikon came up with a way to couple the aperture with the camera's light meter, and they called this auto indexing, AI. And then in 1981, I do believe they came out with the AI-S lenses, and I couldn't really find out online what the S stood for, but these lenses are identical to the AI lenses in terms of how they look and perform. So these are photography lenses, and like most vintage lenses that filmmakers like to use nowadays, they're mostly photography, so they do have some photography characteristics, meaning that the lens breathing from this lens isn't the greatest. There is some fringing and kind of chromatic aberration in higher dynamic scenes and situations, but I feel like I don't have to tell you guys that, because if you're buying vintage lenses, you know that they're going to come with some downfalls and some things that aren't perfect about them, which is, you know, to me, the reason why you buy some of these vintage lenses. You're not looking for perfection, you're looking for uniqueness and things that make your video stand out from the rest, and to give it some type of vintage feel and filmic look. I will say that the build quality on these lenses, like any lenses made before 1999, is amazing. They hold up, you can drop them. I have dropped 2 of them and they're perfectly fine. So really good build quality. Wide open, these lenses are really, really soft, which I love. I'm shooting wide open on this lens right now. They're also a little hazy, which is okay in my opinion. I will say that while editing some of this footage, some of the colors that these lenses produce and like some of the flares and the way they render lights and stuff like that kind of threw me off a little bit, because I wasn't used to some of the colors and the way these lenses kind of rendered darks and lights and stuff like that. So it took me a little bit longer to edit some of these video clips because I kind of had to get used to and figure out what I was doing when it came to editing the footage with these lenses. I just think that it renders some pinks and some greens and some higher contrast situations, which is not something I'm necessarily used to, but it's not a big deal overall. So my favorite thing to shoot, and I mean it's my favorite thing to shoot overall, but especially with these lenses, was just still images. Now I think that because these lenses are photography lenses, that they shine and they do their best work when the camera's on a tripod and the lenses are just capturing life around it. I think the image that these lenses produce speaks for itself, and it's not really much that I need to do to persuade anybody that these lenses are unique and really good. And I think that in itself speaks volumes to how good these lenses are. I think anybody that's shot with these lenses could probably say the exact same thing, because it's no secret that these lenses are amazing and that they're really good and that they're cheap and that you get a actual filmic and vintage look when these are placed on your camera. But anyway, yeah, that's probably gonna wrap it up for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, got something out of it. If you didn't, I do apologize. I hope you guys are enjoying the new space. Somebody in my last video in the comments told me that they didn't like the new space. They said that my last space was better, and it kind of hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, some things, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't control everything in life. Sometimes things happen. You have to move on. You have to move forward. You have to do different things. You have to, you know, be in a different environment. And it's like, you know. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please do me a favor and like it. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. If you already subscribed, I'm not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. Leave a comment on the video, share the video, you know, do all the stuff that the YouTubers tell you to do. Ring the bell, all the stuff the YouTubers tell you to do before the end of videos. And with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here and I'm gonna go do some shit. No vibes, man. Let's get it.